3, 2, 1.
Yo, 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 what up, man? Welcome to the Mezzo Forte Sportz. That's right, Bar Talk with the super fans. We are chilling out with the crew. Who do we have in today's edition? Our faithful producer, Crack AV. Fearless host, Danny BMD. And me, of course, your amateur hype man, super fan art. We are talking sports. Stop. We are going to take it away with Dan. What up, doggy?
Yo, 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 how's everyone doing today? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz, Bar Talk for super fans. Coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, to your ears, providing some sports time for your free time. What up, this your host, Danny BMD. How's everyone doing today, and how did your team do this week? Well, my team did awesome this week, because my team is in the Champions League final. Yeah! So, just, how's everyone doing? Just want to kind of put it out there. I know that, Adrian and Tosco, they talk about it. They're like, oh, no, bro. It's Real. How can they lose? Boom. And watch, we're just gonna win it. We're just gonna be like that. We're just gonna win. It's gonna be 1-0 just to be mean, just to make it not exciting, but we can still win. All right, guys. So how's everyone doing today? So we do start our evening. It is a little bit of a late night show tonight, but that's okay, because, you guys love us and we love you. So, again, just welcome back to Mezzo Forte. We do have Superfan Art. How you doing today, bro?
What up, Danny? I'm doing spectacular. We're on the eve of Friday. Looking like a good weekend coming up. Now we've got Austin FC. They're playing the Sporting Club of Kansas City. Austin FC is already running on, I think, a 2-game winning streak.
There you go.
After dropping, I think, the first 2 games. So it's looking good. There's some exciting football being played representing Austin.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always exciting. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's like finally being able to finally see actual, football kind of close, getting a little bit more professional and everything, more exposed to it. I feel like it's gonna help out a lot, especially when it's like close to the border, since there's just a lot of more exposure over here. What about you, Mr. Crack AV? How you doing, man?
Yo, I'm doing pretty good.
Nice.
We coming off that draft left episode.
No lie, dude. Honestly, you did good. You did good. I mean, you're super fan art is, super fan art, but, you did awesome, sound guy,
You make it sound so good, man.
Drafts and everything, everything. Everyone was, worked double time last time, but it's all good. You did awesome, though, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah. Kudos, man.
Yeah,
Glad
dude.
you get your mic fixed up. There's no echo no more.
Yeah, don't lie. Yeah, no lie. So, and I was just kind of talking to Crack AV the other day. He was telling me about like your skate park got hurt a little bit.
Oh, I've been hitting up the Martinez Skate Park in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
And it's got like a half pipe, and I'm pretty new to it.
Oh.
I flew up in the air.
Oh, dang. That's what's up. Yeah, so there we go. Starting a.
You're gonna give it a Yelp review for that half pipe.
Me and my imaginary kids had a bad time.
There you go. All right, guys. So real quick, for today, we're gonna go ahead and just go over again. We're gonna go over a Champions League, of course. Go over the final, and we are going to talk Liga MX, as well as obviously Mr. Superfan Art does have his Superfan Art in the back of Austin FC. That's amazing. And we'll go ahead and talk a little bit of basketball as well. Right now, the current standings. Who's made the playoffs? Obviously this year it's a little different because it's that play-in format or whatever. So it should be a little interesting. We'll talk about a little bit of an injury bug right now to current stars and how that's going to affect the playoffs that start pretty soon, a little bit late into this month, and we'll talk a little bit about the actual teams that have clinched, and if they deserve more credit, contender pretender type of thing, and maybe who should deserve the most credit out of all of them. And as well, at the very end, we actually are going to do a small little experiment, little segment called the Super Fan Question of the Day. So it is going to be our round table. So in this case, this is your time as a fan. So you can go. We'll talk a little bit more about that.
And don't be afraid to comment any questions you have during that time too, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm monitoring the feed on Facebook. Then he's seen the comments on Twitch. Like, we'll give live feedback.
And more than anything with this, it's gonna be the round table until until next episode. So the cool thing is we'll go ahead and post this same questions and stuff like that on Instagram, Facebook, and you can actually comment your questions. We'll actually talk about it on the show, and we'll go through that. So that should be pretty fun. Again, it's the Super Fan Question of the Day, and just kind of
I might have 2 questions of the day.
There we go.
That's a surprise. He had no idea. We didn't even plan that.
We didn't even plan that. There we go. So again, it should be pretty exciting. We'll definitely talk about that a little bit later, though. Now for today, we'll go ahead and have. Just kind of moving around over here, guys. In this case, again, we're actually right before we started. We'll actually go right into, I guess, your segment, Art, for Austin FC. I know we're just talking about it, how like it's a little bit more exciting now that we're getting a bit more exposure to association football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, talk to us. So I know they've been playing pretty good. It's the first season. It's always just kind of weird. It's kind of like your first day of the job type of feeling where we kind of know the players, we kind of don't. But as the season starts progressing, then we start being like, oh, dude, that guy, this and that. So talk to us a little bit about what's been going on with the Austin FC Superfan Art.
Well, since their first inaugural game they had against LAFC, in which they, unfortunately they lost their opener. But I think you mentioned before, it's actually good luck for like a new franchise to actually lose their first game. And I guess it's been playing out, because once they dropped that first loss, they went on to beat Colorado 3-1. And then more recently, they went ahead and beat Minnesota 1-0. Let's see if that luck transfers on to their game on Sunday when they play against Sporting Club Kansas City. Nice name. And then followed by that, they'll play the following weekend against LA Galaxy. Now, obviously, we mentioned before, Austin is a very heavy on football. It's a very football-eccentric town.
Yeah,
but they're trying to be more diverse. I think they got Formula One racing. That's brought in some more crowds. And, Austin FC obviously has got a fan base, because it's already been there and it's already starting to grow, because some of our buddies are already like wanting to tailgate and all that stuff. And thankfully the pandemic has kind of loosened up a bit to where fans can actually, enjoy the games. As for players, I don't know like which players exactly to watch. Danny, you have any players that are kind of standouts currently in these couple of games?
Honestly,
like, that guy's the star. He's the star.
No, honestly, no. I actually have been watching the games, believe it or not, or just at least whenever I can catch them, like, online, just don't tell anyone. But in this case, but I haven't kept up with like players. I know that we do have a couple of players that we did get from other teams. Honestly, I just haven't kept up with it, and I do need to do that. But I
Okay,
know
well,
that.
so far the only two players that have made any goals
Yeah.
are Cecilio Dominguez and Diego Fagundes. All the rest of the players haven't scored any goals, but then again, it's still early in the season.
How many games are they in now?
This is this going to be the fifth or sixth game, I believe.
Oh, okay. That's not
Well,
that's
no,
not bad.
I think this is the fourth game because they lost the first and they won two in a row, and now they're playing this fourth game.
Nice. That's still pretty good. So
Uh,
um, in this case, when's our next game?
It's on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Uh, I couldn't really say what network it's going to be on. Hopefully, whatever cable provider you got will actually have the game.
I know you can also listen to it like on your local radio for like any like Texas or local like San Antonio, Austin area people. Just so you know, I'm not sure what radio station, but I know you can listen to it on the radio because that's what I was listening to it on one of them. Is it here? Is it in
Oh,
Austin or when are they? Because have they played a home game?
I hmm, I really couldn't say.
Well, anyways, this on the when they play on Sunday. Is it here or is it?
that's what I'm trying to look up. Who's hosting? Uh, well, I really don't know, but I'm sure
Let's
they probably
see.
did already play at least one game
So
in
versus
Austin.
so they actually are playing here.
Nice.
Oh no they. Well, I guess they moved it. Hold on, I'm just checking here.
Because I know the first game they did play in Los Angeles.
Yeah, because it's been weird because with COVID and everything going on or whatever. Um, but hold on, let me just check.
But
Yeah. So yeah, they're playing over there. They're playing over there.
yeah, once we get confirmation from our buddies Seabass or Eddie, if they ever go tailgating or actually go to a game, we'll ask them to share some videos of the tailgating or of the gameplay, just to see how the energy and environment is in that new stadium.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm actually down to check it out. I've been wanting to go check it out myself, um, just because but just getting with COVID and everything going on, I know it's a little hard right now. But obviously, as soon as everything kind of settles down, or I don't know, we'll figure. I know like one of these days I'll go to the games and start learning the chants and everything like that because it's the first year and it's fairly new, but you got to support. I know you definitely got to support. So we'll kind of move on a little bit into again Champions League final. So it's finally set. So Manchester City versus Chelsea. Of course, we win. We win. Okay, no, we didn't win. We haven't won yet. Yeah. So it is
Yeah, you
set.
jinxed it.
The Man City surges passes PSG to reach the final, and Chelsea does power through Real Madrid. So it is actually set May 29th at 2 p.m. Central Time. So it's actually pretty good for us. It's not that bad. That'd be the first leg. So
a couple of weeks, May 29.
yeah, well, yeah, because it's like the Champions League has always kind of been spread out like that. It's just one of those things. But yeah,
So that's a lot of anticipation. A couple of weeks.
well, it's because they have their own domestic leagues as well that they have to play and stuff like that. Yeah, man, soccer's a very, very tiring sport.
That's true, I guess.
Football, dude, football. Correr mucho football. All right.
That's great.
So, and then real quick, and then the last thing I did want to talk is the Liga MX. So, La Liga MX actually finalized. So it did actually finish. This was I believe, this past weekend. So finally La Liguilla will start. So obviously a lot of our Liga MX fans do know that La Liguilla is obviously like the play. It is a playoffs. So it gets exciting, but it is actually there is a new format to it. Believe it or not, not a lot of people actually realize that until they're like, "Wait, what is that? Like, why does it look different?" So I kind of wanted to just kind of go over that. So
Yeah, I didn't even know. You
yeah,
tell.
so
Explain
yeah,
yourself.
so yes. Just ate one more, and then so in this case, all right, there we go. So La Liguilla. So again, it is actually a little bit different. It's very similar, like to the kind of the play-in tournament to like in the NBA for basketball. But just kind of I think it's like a little bit more like an NFL type of thing. So it's actually 12 teams. So 12 teams actually qualify for La Liga, which is a pretty good amount. But they qualify, whatever, right? And the top 4 teams do actually get essentially a bye. And they're in the quarterfinals automatically. And then the last 8 teams do actually have to battle it out and see who wins, so they can beat the go to the teams and then continue on with the tournament. So essentially it's like kind of like a wild card round. And that starts La Liguilla. So let's just go ahead and post here. I'm gonna check. How about you, Arturo? Did you ever grow like? Did you ever have a La Liga team at all, like a Mexican team? Maybe your family or something like that. I'm sure you have, dude. It's Laredo. Like nothing.
'Cause I guess back in the day when I personally didn't have no team, but obviously you could tell a lot about a person based on which team they were.
Yeah.
Like they were Tigres, they were Chivas, they were what was the other big name team?
Monterrey.
Yeah, like really, like you could see these people, like you could instantly tell what kind of person they are. Seabass, I don't know what his allegiance goes to.
He's a Chivas fan.
Of course, Chivas fans.
Yeah. And I'm an America fan, just so you guys know.
There you go. That's the other one I was missing. America.
I'm an America fan since forever. Now I'm not since like I was a little kid. It's just one of those
Go Colombia.
things.
Yeah. It's like the
Lakers.
It's the Mexican version. There's like, oh, that guy has a Dodgers cap. Like he ain't a Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
There's the New York Yankees.
Yes.
Like, look at you're not even in New York.
Yeah, kind of.
Man. Just the really big market teams, big name teams that people bandwagon. Not that you're a bandwagoner.
Yeah, and I've known them since like I was a kid because I grew up with them with Temo Blanco. Pavel Pardo was like my favorite player, and dude, I can go back like years, like it's crazy. But let's go ahead and come back to the present. So that was my bad. So just so you guys know, we are live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So in case you guys want to check out any of them, you can go ahead and check it out. Like us, subscribe, and follow because we're super exciting. All right, cool. So in this case, La Liguilla 2021. We'll start with the 4 teams that did actually make the bye, which is Cruz Azul, America, Puebla, and Monterrey. Those are the respective rankings. So they already made the quarterfinals. That's that. So then in this case, what leaves us is Pachuca against Chivas. Chivas, where you at? Yeah, exactly. So in this case, when do they play? Oh, they play 9. So in this case, Chivas Pachuca, they do play on Sunday, actually, at 10:15 Eastern. For us, that's what?
That'd be 9.
9:15.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah,
Right? You
afternoon,
said.
afternoon, or at night. At night, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Night.
Yeah.
So it's actually the
9 at
last
night.
game. So it's actually the last game. If you guys want to check that out, I know Sivas will definitely check that out. So that's gonna be Sunday at 9. Chivas, Pachuca Chivas, and then we do have Santos Querétaro that starts. That's actually on. We'll start with the other Sunday game. That's actually León Toluca down here. That's actually since 6 versus 11. So again on Sunday, they're gonna start at 7 p.m. Central Time. So you'll see that game before, and then you'll see the Pachuca Chivas game at the end. So that'd be pretty cool. I mean, if you aren't doing anything on Sunday, I don't know. A lot of people work on, next day or whatever, right?
Put some fajita on the grill, open up some Coronas, cut some limes, like
yeah, it's actually gonna be a really good game. It's gonna be really good games. And then on Saturday, which we should start on Saturday, right? But anyways, we'll start Atlas Tigres. That's actually gonna be a really good game. That's 7-10, 7 against 10. That's gonna be on Saturday at 7. And then Santos Querétaro is gonna be at like 9:15 on Saturday as well. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Those teams, the La Liguilla is actually completely different from the regular season. It's like the playoffs and everything. Has a different feel to it. Definitely check it out, guys. I know you can watch it live. You can. I think they're showing it on like several apps and stuff like that. So definitely check us out and give a shout out to who you think is gonna go ahead and actually win the whole thing. We'll go ahead and continue doing that as I'll go with Sivas and Eddie specifically. I know that Sivas is actually a Chivas fan, and Eddie is Puebla fan, our in-house Puebla fan, and I am the America fan, which everyone obviously is gonna hate, right? Whatever, and. But yeah, so I want to give
you got your buddy Edgar commenting on Facebook. The Los Indios de Juárez pareja.
Los Indios de Juárez. Wow, we definitely yeah, that's a little bit too much for us. We need to get their GM. We need to get GM.
We appreciate the comment though.
Yeah, so I mean, in this case, I know our buddy Edgar here is actually commenting like on Chelsea. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a really good game. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that. We might actually go ahead and actually bring Mr. Or our friend Edgar over here, our super fan Edgar. We might actually bring him on, talk a little bit Chelsea, a little bit Champions League final. So keep an eye on that. So I'm inviting you up here. I'm calling you out. Let me know. Send me a DM. And then actually anyone that's that really wants to get on, like, you know what, Danny, I want to talk about this, or I want to, tell Superfan Art about this stuff, about this sport, about this team, about this topic. I got you. Just send us either DM to either our page, send us an email, or just message any of us, and we'll, we got you with that. All right, guys, so we'll go ahead and start with our basketball segment real quick. So right now, the current NBA standings are very interesting. Now, I think that some teams are simply getting any respect. That's one. 2, Chris Paul's going to win the MVP. I like the Joker, dude, but it's just going to be
close race.
And 3 is, I don't know, dude. A lot of people are hurt. I mean, not hurt, but, it's going to be interesting once the playoff. If all the big team, the actual contenders are at like full strength or whatever, even though apparently according to LeBron, he'll never be 100% again. Like, dude, that's
Father Time's undefeated.
Whatever. Exactly. Father Time's undefeated. So, but we'll talk about that. All right. So we'll actually go ahead and have Superfan Art go over the NBA standings. Go for it.
All right, thank you, Dan. Yeah, the season is pretty much already winding to a close. Teams are already fighting for playoff positioning, and now we got this whole like play-in tournament. Not controversy, but some people are for it and some are against it. As the standings go, as of earlier today, in the East, we have on top. Number one is Philadelphia. Second is Brooklyn. Third is Milwaukee. Fourth is New York Knicks, surprisingly.
There we
Fifth,
go. There we
Atlanta.
go.
Sixth is Boston. Seventh is Miami. Eight is Charlotte. Nine is Indiana. And 10 is Washington. As of, currently. I mean, there were some games played today that might actually change those standings. Out in the West is number one, Utah. The second is Phoenix. Fourth is the Clippers. Fifth is Dallas. Sixth is the Lakers. Seven is the Blazers. Eight is the Warriors. Nine is the Grizzlies. And 10 is our Spurs. And currently, there's actually a big matchup right now going on. Battle of the LAs. You got the Lakers and the Clippers currently duking it out right now on, I believe, TNT's the network.
There we go.
I can't really say the score, but I'm sure it'll be a good finish. And that'll affect some positioning as well for playoffs.
Yeah, and I know that's gonna show us a little bit of more of a bigger picture now. Now, who's clinched as of right now, based on what I see? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do have. So for the East, I have the 76ers, the Nets, and the Bucks that have clinched.
That sounds about right. The top three.
Yeah, and then the West.
Too far ahead.
And on the West, you have Jazz, the Suns, the Clippers, and the Nuggets. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All three of those have 44 or more wins, and then the next tier below is Dallas with 38 wins. So yeah, those four definitely clinched. So they could probably lose all the games for the rest of the season and still
mathematically make the playoffs or whatever.
As mainly for positioning that they would have to worry about. Yeah. But they're in it.
Yeah, so kind of going along with that, there is kind of a little bit of an injury bug right now going on in the NBA. I mean, there kind of always is, right?
Who can stay healthy for the playoffs?
Correct. I always feel like sometimes it's not just like, the fact that you're talented. Sometimes you literally have to get lucky. Just have to get lucky in terms of staying healthy, really.
Yeah. Or do a Popovich and rest your players.
And get fined, whatever, it's cool. We'll take it. I'm pretty sure he paid for it too. But like, I got you, dog. Don't even put it. Write him a check, write him double. But in this case, right now there is a couple injury bugs to a couple stars. So LeBron James, he's been out for a bit. He was bound to come back. I don't think he played, right? He's not playing. Or I don't know.
I'm currently watching the game. I really haven't seen much of him at all. So he's probably just resting.
Yeah, I don't think he is playing. They did actually. I was reading a report that apparently he might actually miss the rest of the season. So the rest of the season does end in May 22nd. So it's not like he would miss a lot, really. It'd be like a couple weeks or maybe 3 weeks. But they like if they can like diagnose him with with I don't know. You know how it is. I don't know what they do. Weight load management or whatever it is they give him so they can so he doesn't have to play.
I'm sure he'll find a way to work out in his own way, and maybe even they'll start be on the campaign trail to market his Space Jam 2 legacy movie. I'm sure.
Yeah. So and then the other thing is James Harden. He's been hurt, but he's looking to be ready for the playoffs. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. Like we're starting to see again just the shape of what the playoffs will be, but it feels like, dude, like the seedings are gonna matter, but not really. It's just gonna be everyone's gonna be good. You know what I mean? There's a couple like matchup problems here and there, whatever, but I feel like everyone is just gonna be really good. I feel bad specifically for the Nuggets because they lost Murray. I feel like they would have had a chance, dude. Honestly. Like
And then on the
honestly.
other side of the spectrum, Charlotte, they got back their little was it Lamelo Ball or
Oh yeah,
Lonzo
yeah,
Ball? They
yeah.
got the Ball
Lamelo.
brother back, and he's helping them with that playoff push.
There we go. Just like that, man. So it's I know it's been kind of going back and forth. It's I know the name of the game truly is just gotta stay healthy. Sometimes that's up to you. Sometimes it's not, but just gotta do that. So just a quick question. So just kind of us talking.
It was Lamelo Ball. Okay, there you go.
Fine, Lamelo Ball. Um,
The ballinest ball, whoever balled, turning
so
Charlotte into an A team.
So the one of the things I did want to ask around, we'll just do like a little just question. Well, I guess for you, Art, like, who do you think in this case? Obviously, we already talked about the teams that have clinched, but I feel so people are talking how like they're not really getting kind of the respect. It's like, oh, the Jazz made it, but like, oh, who do they really have? The Suns, have clinched, but oh, who do they really have? What have they really proven? The Clippers, it's the Clippers. They're just kind of like just, a yes or no team, like a black and white. Then they're not, they don't, you can't really tell with them. And well, the Nuggets, I mean, I feel the Nuggets truly had a chance here, but it's just Murray. Like, he's just out. I still
That
think
kind of significantly.
it does because it's like it's just a big presence, especially because he goes he plays very very well in the playoffs. So
Yeah,
it's just
he's a catalyst sometimes for that offense,
yeah, man, like
and even defense too.
Spurs killer.
We don't speak his name.
Dude, for real. So but in this case, now specifically out of those teams, well, I guess like not really counting the Clippers. I mean, you can count them in there. Who do you think deserves more credit to what they worked so far that has been given to them? The Suns, Jazz, or the Nuggets?
Well, in the West, I say a lot of people are falling asleep on Phoenix. I guess, after years of mediocrity, they're finally like showing they can be a good winning team. It was not since they had Steve Nash that they were relevant. And now like they're starting to hit on all cylinders, beating good name teams. I mean, they did lose a couple of close games. Like for some reason they won in overtime against the Cavaliers, and was what the Cavs got. So I don't know if they're getting a little complacent at the end. Uh, but yeah, I think they're a little bit underrated. Obviously, they're a dark horse. Not even they're like number 2 in the West. And then on the East, the big surprise is New York Knicks. Everyone says like if New York's doing good, that's good for basketball.
There you
Uh,
go.
I think the big turnaround was what's his face that he was with the Lakers, and then they got rid of him.
Julius Randle.
Exactly, Julius Randle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's really like shining, like
MVP
whatever.
race, bro. MVP race.
Man, I couldn't see he's MVP, but he's definitely like most improved.
I can see that.
I guess he didn't really have time to shine over there in LA, and now he's just, I don't know, he clicked. I don't know if it was Thibodeau or maybe being under the watchful eye of Derrick Rose to kind of help him with that veteran presence. But it's exciting basketball over there, and hopefully they give a good playoff run. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win it, but it's very interesting to see them give some good competition to show that New York has more than just the Brooklyn Nets as a basketball town.
And it was funny because like I was listening to on the show Stephen A. They were like, dude, what if like as they currently are? I think I right now where he was like when he was saying they would play the Hawks. So he's like no offense, to Trae Young, he's a baller, but I think the Knicks would be able to beat the Hawks. And he's like there would be one series away from the conference finals where we're like, okay, dude, calm down. First of all, like you can win one round, but winning a couple rounds in the playoffs is another thing. I don't know. I think it's exciting though. I'm pretty excited for Knicks fans. Finally, you do have an actual like something to look forward to. I think it has to do a lot with coaching. Thibodeau, I mean, he's for real, dude. I mean, and Derrick Rose is one of those like guys that will be humble enough to be like, all right, dude, what do I do? I trust you and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. After all the hardships his career faced, not being healthy, like that's good to see him back on top again.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're all glad for Derrick Rose. We're all glad for, for the Knicks, really, and Madison Square Garden, it's the mecca. We have to if the Knicks do play good, the world of basketball is just way better for it. I think just like I guess my answer would for both would be I think it would be the Suns that they aren't. I think they deserve more credit. Well, I don't know. I think specifically like CP3. Like he's for real, dude. Like he's a game changer. I mean, this guy went to like, OKC. It was not a good team. Like not a good team, and he took him to the playoffs. Like it's like, anywhere that he goes, like they just become better. It's just one of those. He's just a leader like that. And for the Suns, I mean, they have Devin Booker. He's for real, dude. Like Devin Booker is for real, and I think he's just like an upgraded version of oh my gosh, Splash Brother.
Oh, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson, yes. I think he's like a better version of like if that's even possible, whatever. You know what I mean? Like or more not a better version, but more of a score version of him. You know what I mean? But like a volume score. And I don't know. I think they deserve a lot more credit than they have gotten so far. So in this case, it would be the matter of just
Yeah, I hear you.
Figuring out where it is that that or how it is that they'll be able to get past depending on who they actually like play. In this case, it would be if they play the I don't know who would they be playing. They're like what'd you say they're seated number 2?
The Suns are number 2 right now, and that's only by just one game. So they could very easily go back to number 1.
Okay. Sorry guys.
Eso.
My bad.
It's okay, bro. Nice. Revenge of the Fifth. How you doing over there, Evan?
I'm doing great.
Nice.
3 Heinekens deep in my bar talk.
That's good.
Okay.
Ooh, a nice case of Stella would be good too. Stella
Salute, everybody.
All right, cheers, buddy. And you folks at home.
All right, I'm gonna exit, dude. I'm gonna have to.
Technical difficulties much?
Little bit.
Sick music. Is this music brought to you by Studio 13th Day?
Yes.
Produced, tracked, mixed, and pre-mixed.
Yeah, so if any of you musicians out there need any assistance with audio or recording or just need to jam out with somebody, Evan and Danny are your guys. They got the equipment, they got the knowledge, and they got the time.
San Antonio, Texas, come on by and let us make your dreams come true.
P.S. Don't mind the cat smell. They love cats.
Thank you, Ardo. Thank you. It's very nice. All right. My bad, guys. That was my bad. My computer went crazy on me. All right. Where were we at?
We're talking basketball.
Yeah,
We're talking about the
so
Suns. I said they're just one game behind
so
the
yeah,
Jazz for the
so
#1 spot.
yeah, so my bad. So that was my bad,
Do they
guys.
deserve the
My
credit?
So I think and I think they do deserve the credit. I think the Suns are gonna surprise people. Um, I don't think they can make it to the finals, to like the conference finals. I don't think they're good enough. But I think they can give people scares. I don't know, dude. Like if what if the Lakers aren't strong enough? What if they fall? Everyone is like what like a game, half a game away from each other right now in the West. It's like a really, really, really tight race.
Yeah,
Um,
between the top 4 teams, that's
yeah,
you know.
so I think that Suns are gonna do good. And then on the other side, um, on the East, you know, I have to give props to the Nets. And a lot of people aren't like they're just not like no they have too many superstars and but I just think like they're just too talented, dude. Like everyone can score, like everyone. And then with James Harden coming back, I mean it's gonna be crazy. I think that they need a little bit more credit, even though they obviously they're the top one of the top teams or whatever. But I still think they still haven't gotten enough credit to what they're doing, and what they are might be capable of doing. We don't know if that's gonna happen, but we'll definitely check that out. Come playoffs. All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and go into just our last part of tonight's segment, which is gonna be
Nice.
our super fan question of the night.
Plural. It's questions.
Welcome,
One extra question.
Man, so
Nice.
let me have a couple question, a couple people here. Let me see. I'm just kind of
Yeah, it's open. It's open-ended questions for you guys and anyone who wants to participate, like our viewers. By all means, like we'll read your responses. So I know Danny had one dealing with the NFL, but before that, I had an interesting one
All right, go
that
ahead.
is kind of sports adjacent. So I don't know if you all heard, there was some guy who he recently rediscovered that he had one of like the first generation like OG like Jordan sneakers that he bought for like $19 and 99 cents way back like in the mid or late 80s. Well, I think it was late 80s. I mean, God knows how much that pair would go. Like, I'm pretty sure he's going to auction it off, and someone's probably going to play like, I don't know, close to 100,000, probably more. I don't know. There's a lot of sneakerheads out there that really get into it. So someone will pay the money if those go to auction. So that got me thinking, of other, do any of us have anything that is worth value that we don't even know we had? A couple of months back, one of our buddies, Albert, he had a really decent collection of Pokemon cards. Yeah, we were into those back in the day. Uh, that was pretty much like our TikTok. There's trading Pokemon cards. Uh, that's a sport that still lasted today. People play it, people collect it. Grown men buy like Happy Meals just to get them cards.
I did.
I don't know.
Twice. I'm not gonna lie. I have the paper.
Yeah. So yeah, our buddy Albert, he went to SA. He sold some pretty decent cards. I mean, he got a decent $2,000 out of it. I was like, really? I need to look at where my collection is. So I recently been kind of organizing, and maybe in the coming months during the summer, I'll see what I can get out of it. So from Pokemon cards to Lost Jordans, like, do any of you have something that you feel could be worth value either now or maybe a few years later down the line? Would you sell it? Didn't have to be sports memorabilia. Danny, I know you got a Kawhi jersey that could be worth something. Evan, I don't know if you have any like like a sport, like a guitar pick from Steven Tyler? I don't know. Maybe you do, or you didn't even know it. So yeah, we'll go with each one of you guys. Starting with Evan. You feel you got anything that could be worth value later on?
Wow. I was just gonna give like any other response until you mentioned the guitar pick.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I do have a Death Clock guitar pick
from the actual band.
caught it from Brendan Small himself.
Oh, okay, that's another good thing. Is it worth keeping or worth selling?
See, that's the thing. The more I
'Cause that's
keep
the
it,
best.
the more I use it, and it
Oh,
deteriorates.
you
Oh no.
you did the worst thing you could do with the collecting.
Yeah,
That should
man.
be under like bulletproof glass. Why are you using it?
It's in my second wallet that I don't use.
Oh well. There you go. We'll try not to use it less.
Maybe that guitar pick or my skateboard after I complete the 901.
Nice. Okay, so you got a guitar pick from one of your favorite bands, but except you stupidly been using it, so it's wearing out. That's
It
okay.
gives me special powers.
No, that's all right. You enjoy it any way you want. You keep it for yourself, enjoy it for yourself. So what if you don't want to make a profit? It's not all about profits. Uh, we'll go with Danny's response next. I
Yeah.
know you before we go into it, like one thing that people don't realize is money, like coin money, actually used to be made from like some low grade silver or like real copper. uh
Yeah.
like if you look closely at the design of whatever quarter you have, maybe there's some silver in it. Danny, you work at the bank. I'm sure like every once in a blue moon, like some of them can turn up, and like you have to like take them out of circulation because they're actually worth a little bit of money. But
Yeah.
I digress. That's just like value in things you didn't even know there's value in.
Yeah, no. Like for me, like kind of going to the sports thing, it
Yeah.
would be I do like you were mentioning. I actually do have a Kawhi Leonard jersey. It is a signed jersey. It is a signed Spurs jersey. It was actually the year he got hurt. If you
Nice.
yeah, so if you got let me actually if you guys hold on, I'm gonna expand my screen a little bit over here, and if you see that, as you can see, you can actually see the little poster,
Oh yeah, I
championship
see the
poster on the
poster.
top and the back. Um, but I did actually get it that like a year or 2 years after that, so I have that. So the big question for me is like like I hate the guy. Like there's not a lot of people in the world. I just don't I don't hate people. I just maybe might dislike you. Maybe I just don't like you anymore, or like you whatever. But I genuinely don't hate people. Hating people is not cool. It's not very nice, and it's kind of
It's
like
a waste of energy.
yeah, it's kind of unnecessary. But I hate this guy, dude. I can't even say his name. Like number
Oh
two,
man.
I don't even care. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care for him.
Said it too
I
many
don't
times already.
honestly don't care. Honestly, I honestly do not care for him. I don't like his uncle or whoever does all that stuff for him. Oh god, dude. It caused me so much like heartache, headache, heartbreak, everything ache. But anyways, I end up getting his signature right on the jersey, whatever. It's worth a little money. I don't know how much money it's worth now. He won a
Hmm.
ring, whatever, right? And he won a ring with Toronto. F that guy, whatever, right? I actually like the Mars, so I don't mind it, whatever. Anyways, um, and well now, obviously last year, and he's this year they're still contenders. Have a chance to win again. So for me, it's like super catch 22 because I don't want that guy to win ever again. Like I hate that guy, but bro, like the jersey is gonna be worth way more money. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he doesn't sign things. He doesn't
Oh,
like
I didn't know that.
well because it's
He's very
like
particular.
well because he's like Kawhi Leonard. Like he's like a robot, not a robot, but like he's like not very he's not very like
Essential worker.
yeah, like where he's like ambassador or like talks to people. I mean, I'm sure Paul George gives out more autographs than Kawhi Leonard, type of stuff. In the same team, because he's more. Oh yeah, dude, I got you. Kawhi Leonard's like, no, whatever, dude. I'm just gonna go locker room, whatever. Stuff like that. So what I would do is I would hold it. I would wait till it retires, and then I would probably sell it at some point. I don't think he'll ever win another championship if it's not with the Clippers. So that's kind of like my take on that. So I know it was like a little bit longer of a take, but
That's why it's an open-ended question, man. You
Yeah.
say your reasonings for why. So you're going to go for the long haul. You're going to just wait till he retires and see. Maybe he wins more rings. Maybe he is a future Hall of Famer. Who knows? But yeah, you got a little bit of sports history, man. That could be worth something. Evan, you screwed yourself by using that pick. Get another one.
I did.
That's cool. So yeah, the topic was
From the earth I
basically
came, from the earth I shall return.
boom. I don't know what that
Ooh.
means, but that sounds sick, dude. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and just finish off with our super fans question of the day.
part 2. This is the part 2 question.
Part 2. So in this case, what we'll go
Questions.
ahead. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and have our audience members answer we can do both questions. In this case, what we'll do is we're actually gonna go ahead and post on Instagram, Facebook, and what else? Do we have Twitter yet? No, not yet.
But we don't have OnlyFans yet.
No.
Sorry.
Oh wait. No. I mean, I have to
Working
get
on it.
Working on it. I gotta get the page right. I gotta get the colors right.
Gotta get the face. There's no makeup department yet.
So we got to revamp to get a MySpace page if it still exists.
I gotta get the colors.
MSN Messenger.
Make sure I got the right music.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in this case, we're gonna post on Facebook and on Instagram. So just the same questions. So if you got for our audience, audience and listeners, and it's just anyone that wants to just kind of participate, we're actually gonna go ahead and answer these questions probably either if not on Tuesday, next Thursday. Yeah, we'll do next Thursday. So we'll just kind of give it a week. So people can kind of answer and just go back and forth, and we'll go ahead and see if we can grab some of our audience members that are that start answering stuff and start grabbing them. Maybe having them bring on the show. Give their take as well. As well, we are partnering up with a couple of local businesses. We'll get in touch with that more later. I've been kind of in touch with just like I said, a couple of our group of friends. We all kind of have small businesses and we all kind of support each other. And so I'm gonna set up our website is gonna go live probably in a month or so, less than a month or so. And then with that, we're gonna go ahead and actually have all of our partners and everything like that. So we'll have a huge network of like anything, all of our supporters and just like anything you would need from like listening to sports. We have if you need maybe like a logo, a realtor, like I don't know, we know a whole bunch of people. So you need anything, we got you. All right, guys. So in this case, the super fan question of the day is Crack AV. What's harder, to win a Super Bowl or an NBA championship?
Sound effects that
Thanks for
Evan.
putting me on the spot there, Danny.
No, just like so you can put like the sound effect. That's what I meant.
Well, he did it. Good job. Yeah. So NFL Super Bowl versus NFL
and
NBA
That's our question of the
championship.
day, right?
That is the question of the day. So, what's harder to win, a Super Bowl or an NBA championship? I mean, that's very simple question. It's a pretty interesting answer for everyone, really. You can go either way. Go for it. I mean, do you wanna go for it, Crack, Mr. Crack?
I don't got
baby?
too much of a long answer, but for sure it's the NFL.
Nice.
For sure, 100%. I may be a little bit biased. I'm only 5'8.5", so I'm not exactly 5'8",
Mm-hmm.
not exactly 5'9", so I can't really get in the NBA. Man, I don't have no reach. But I mean, if you look like that, if you're born that way, you can make it. You can move fast. You can hustle. Uh, Once there are guys with pads throwing themselves at you, yeah, you might need to take an extra insurance out or something.
Nice.
But
So
yeah,
it's
definitely
just
the
it's
NFL.
just harder.
That Super Bowl is way harder to get.
So just like, is it the physicality of it then?
Wild cards. Wild cards just come out of the way and just take out Tom Brady.
Oh, okay, that is true. Because normally you see like
You
the
can have
eighth.
perfect season.
You can have like you usually see the eighth, seventh, sixth seeds.
Look
from
at the NFC
NBA.
East last year.
Yeah,
You can
that's
barely win.
and that's what I'm saying. Like in the NBA, like you have your like your lower seed teams, like your sixth, seventh, eighth seed, which don't really win. Like they don't. It's like the first round of the NBA playoffs are kind of boring. Like you
It's
kind of
kind of
know.
expected.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of already know which teams are gonna win. Or like in the NFL, like dude, Tom Brady got knocked out by the Giants. Like perfect season ended. Bye. That sucks.
There's how many quarterbacks lost their legs or something this past year?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the NFL Super Bowl. Much harder to obtain.
Okay, nice. That's a good answer. All right, go for it. Super fan art. What do you think?
I'll have to concur. NFL has a much more difficult route to get to that championship than the NBA. One thing is the physicality of the game. Uh, sometimes your superstars could get hurt in like some random play, like Dak Prescott. He got hurt just running. Yeah, I don't even think he got hit. Bam, there goes the Cowboy season. Uh, maybe if you trip in one game, that pretty much loses all hope for going off in the playoffs. Vis-a-vis Green Bay losing to the Buccaneers and like the NFC Championship because of a bonehead call on the coach's part. I think on a 4th and 1, they didn't go for it to tie the game, and they gave the ball to Tom Brady, and he didn't even give him a chance to like get the ball back. That was Aaron Rodgers. He had like MVP season. All went up for nothing. Sorry, guy. Brady's just, can't give him the ball back. So, like, the fact that it's like a one and done NBA, the long regular season games, not so much physicality. I mean, yeah, there's injuries, don't get me wrong. But, like, in 2 days, like, you rest up, bam, you could play ball again, no time. The series, best of 7, right? You play the same team, maybe you could beat them in 4 games. So like, yeah, maybe if you lose one, at least you like already practiced with that loss, you can bounce back. In the NFL, you can't bounce back. If you lose, that's it. You're gone. Go home. So yeah, that's some of the reasoning I got that NFL is more difficult.
So for me, I actually I see arguments on both sides. So I'm gonna just kind of give the argument for the NBA championship. So obviously the Super Bowl or the NFL does have way less games than the NBA. It is a full contact sport. You can actually say it would be a collision sport more than contact, because I would say basketball is more of a contact sport, and football is more of a collision, like because you literally collide with people.
Yeah.
I think
Inertia.
yeah, I think specifically it is. I think it's a little bit harder to win Super Bowl, but I could say argue specifically about the NBA championship just because of I mean, I understand kind of like, the best of 7. You can kind of figure out the teams and stuff like that. But dude, it's 7 games, or it's like up to 7 games. I mean, yeah, it's not the same, and you're not like colliding each other or whatever, but it's a lot of games. It's a grind. It's I mean, it's a whole other season. Like the Spurs, what is it? Like at some point, what was the three certain things in life? Life or death, taxes, and the Spurs making the playoffs or whatever, right? And the thing is, like, that's, I mean, that it's more games. So I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, like, it is hard, and football is hard. And don't get me wrong, like the life's, was it a life cycle or life, not life, was it? Not lifestyle, but lifetime. There you go. Lifetime of a football player. I think it's like roughly like 4 or 5 years on average, right? Obviously
Career time, not lifetime. These guys live long lives, Denny.
no,
It's
like I
career.
mean,
The lifespan of their career.
yeah, that's what I meant. Life, of their careers in general. Yeah. So in this case, it would be like around 4 or 5 years. Compare. Obviously you have your Brady's and your super outliers and stuff like that. But that's but in this case, like the NBA. I mean, I guess there hasn't been. You can argue both ways. Where like the NBA, there hasn't been a lot of like different champions. But I mean, Tom Brady won like the last was like six. Or he went to like 8 Super Bowls and won like 6 of them or something like that. I mean, like
The exception.
yeah. It's because it's true, and it's true. Like it's true. Like we're literally like watching history, because like we're gonna tell our kids like, no, like that's never gonna happen. How is that possible? Like, dude, like I literally saw it. Like this guy has like 10 rings. He's like double Thanos. Like, like
That's right.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's crazy. You're right, Evan. The exception. I mean,
I mean, you put any other person in his shoes, that team's not doing that thing anymore. That team's not going to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look at Cam, pobrecito. He's just, I mean, I think it was Brady, because they were saying how like, and it goes to the whole Brady, Brady or Belichick, thing, and also they say like in the whole Duncan relation with say like Duncan and Popovich. I don't know. I feel like it's like very different, because it's like very different sports or whatever. Or like one player can make a huge. I mean, obviously if you're a quarterback, right? But one player can make a very huge difference in basketball. Or in football, you can be obviously the quarterback matters, right? And but there's still 52, 53, like, or like 50 other plus players, plus the practice squad and everything, that are there or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, I give the argument for the NBA championship too. So, but all right, guys. Well, I mean,
It's up for debate.
Yeah, it's
Who'd you pick?
Me. Oh,
Who'd you pick, Danny?
I would also pick. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna pick NBA championship. I think that's harder.
You think number of games and cardio is a little harder?
Oh my God! Here we go. I mean, you still need to shoot. I mean,
Those NFL guys' biceps are bigger than my head.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I don't know.
To take collisions.
I
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just want to know who you choose.
Yeah, I mean, I would choose. It really is. I truly think it's NBA.
That's the question.
I truly think it's NFL. I think that's the right answer, but I'm gonna choose NBA, just because for the grind. It's. And I hate that I'm using that argument, but it actually does make sense.
Da bueno.
There's also flops and unfair free throws that sometimes make late decisions in these games, man.
Well, yeah,
NBA.
I mean, there's like holding in every play. It's just sometimes they call it type of thing,
Cheap fouls.
It's in every game. It's in every sport.
Next question. Which refs are worse?
Oh, that's a good segue question.
Oh, that is. I don't know.
For next time.
Yeah, for next time. But all right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up for tonight's evening. And again, just for the super fan question of the day, it's going to be what's harder to win, a Super Bowl or an NBA championship? So kind of just let us know, give your argument, and we'll go ahead and kind of tally up and read a couple answers in there. We're going to go post that again on Facebook and Instagram. We're going to actually post that the whole week. As well, we're going to get in touch with some of our partners, small business partners. We are actually going to do a raffle, so we'll let you guys know exactly what we're going to raffle. What we're going to raffle off, and who we're going to start partnering with and everything like that. We're going to introduce a new, just a new partnership and everything with some of our local partners around here, the San Antonio, Austin area. But all right, guys, so we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up for today. All right, so that's it for this week's episode. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. Follow us on Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram, and YouTube as well. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Music provided by Studio 13th Day, as well as our graphics. This is Danny BMD, your host, signing off, saying thank you so much for today. Saying later, go ahead and bring it home, Arturo.
Thank you, Dan. Listen, the day is any crazy things can happen in sports anytime. The Angels tell Albert Pujols to hang up his glove and bat. Meanwhile, Jake Paul loves messing with Mayweather's cap. Remember, sports are great, but we know with all the fans. This is episode number 27. Till next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Mezzo Forte Sportz.
Yeah. Woo! Got him. Good job, guys. Good job.
Show me a move.